One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to John O. Quinn Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Utah Utes, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Houston Cougars. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Houston ready to put it deep and get this game going. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Runs through the tackle. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The give to the back. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting on this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Punt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
He leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. All right, guys, let's talk Houston. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line. And getting a three-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jesse.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. And I know this is just one piece, but getting this three-star offensive lineman who was very highly recruited, that was a massive win for this head coach.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
He's got it on the right. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his big tight end. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Handoff from the gun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Cougar! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to have you most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Out of the gun to give to the back. Shakes off the defender. Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Trying to find his man in the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
On the run, it's Cheek. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The Utes moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He lets one fly deep. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. They'll leave it with him. Powers ahead, gets 4. He's down at the 10.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll try the run. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll try to get the edge on the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
To the air on second down. Got his man. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're risking giving up prime field position as they go for it on 4th and long from the 44. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
He's just got a knack, doesn't he? Just finds his way out of things and scrambles outside the pocket and then makes plays, gets completions. It's just so frustrating for a defense to try to bottle a guy up like this with so much talent.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This is an offense that prides themselves on being physical, so you need 1 yard, just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
And the Utes are flying down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds a man on the left. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed a nice job by the defense getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Caught in the backfield, it's Cheek. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
I think moving forward on 3rd down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed. We saw it right there.
The Utes will try to convert on 4th down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Georgia Southern looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before the year is out. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air on 1st down. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Got the first down and still on his feet. Still on his feet at the 45. Speeding down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Houston.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cheek. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Throws to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Just going to keep it after the snap. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He'll try to take it back.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead.
The Sneak scores it.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Motion from the back. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead's extended a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Utes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Houston offense once again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The give to the tailback. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out through the 25.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They'll run the screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Third down play from the gun. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And the pummeling has started. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he's going to bring this one out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
On the run, still looking. He turns it loose to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Utes have it with a first and goal. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up third down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up fourth down.
Looking to the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. And the Cougars are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this.
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. The 50. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got plenty.
Picked off to stop the threat. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Wants to go up top on first down. Forced out of the pocket. He's got it inside the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding in.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
From the gun. Oh, they're after him. And they almost came up with that pick in the end zone. What a stop that would have been. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. From the gun, the running back has it. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Going to swing it on second down. Unloads it left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires to the big fella. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Man, wow, what a catch by the big fella. And when he's not open, he's open. So nice to have a big target that can make those type of catches. I imagine he'll keep throwing him the football.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Here's the handoff. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Right back to it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Complete out of the backfield. Finds a crease at the 20. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching.
Touchdown, Cougars! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point is good. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Still looking on the move. It's picked off, and another empty drive. At the 35, he's loose. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Going the other way, and he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Houston will snap it in the red zone. Right back to the well. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Houston. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Here's a heat. Finds his man. It's cheap. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Looking down the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Was looking for a little more